So
We're
there's that.
just teasing everybody. That's all.
Yeah, we just wanted to see if anyone would start freaking out in the chat.
Are you guys freaking out in the chat?
No, they're not at all. They haven't even noticed we're late.
They don't even care. They just come in here just to chat with each other. We're just like background noise.
Yeah, we're background noise. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad this was asked. No, we're not getting Dan today. I was hoping we would have Dan today, but more than likely, I'd say 99% chance he will be back next time. Well, maybe I shouldn't even say 99, but I'm pretty sure he's back like for good after this. So just so you know, real quick, he wouldn't have been able to make it tonight. He was hoping to be back home maybe tomorrow and possibly do a live show tomorrow night. But even then, he and I talked, and that might have been a little too much for him because he's traveling and such, and he might have been too tired, or just, when you're gone for a long time, you gotta spend time with your wife and whatever, right? But now there's a delay with the airplane or something, so he's not going to be back in time. Wait, I think he was supposed to fly back today and he'd be around tomorrow, but now he's flying back tomorrow. He'll be back Sunday. That's it. Something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, the point is he's not here, but he will be back home, I think, tomorrow night, Sunday definitely, and then we're good to go. So,
right.
Then it goes back to being normal again.
What is normal?
I don't know.
It's relative. That's what it is.
But Brandi, how are you doing? How are things going?
Well, I don't even know how to answer that question in a short sentence. So I'll just say fine.
Fine.
I'm fine. I'm very tired. I'm very brain dead. Like today at work, I was just working on this list of people that needed to be called for the next day. And then I got up and went to get something. And I was like, where are my papers? Where are my papers? They're literally right in the middle of my desk in front of my monitor. That's the kind of week it's been.
Yeah. Well, it's over now. Now, do you have to work on Labor Day?
No.
So you got your 3-day weekend there.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
And I am going to need it. It's going to go far too quickly, as all holiday weekends do.
Right. Exactly. But we're kicking off right doing this. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm tired too. I was just telling Brandi I was starting to fall asleep on the couch. So you're getting low-key Bruce and Brandi today.
We're just chilling.
We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna talk Mugatos and Gumatos and tomatoes and tomatoes and potatoes.
I knew you were gonna get to potatoes.
I was literally in the shower this morning singing Mugato, Gumato, Mugato.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Exactly. I was doing that for fun. So let's talk about that. All the different pronunciations of Mugato.
You mean Mugato?
Mugato. See, I'm already messing up because I start thinking about all the different ones. There's even Mugatos. Mugato. I don't know. There's tons of them. But I read that's because the guy who played McCoy,
DeForest Kelley.
DeForest Kelley. The original name was. See, I'm looking in chat because somebody's going to tell me. The original name was Gumato, and he kept having a hard time saying it, so they changed it to Mugato. But then, yet they had problem. They still were saying Mugato or something. Like, I don't know. Like, that's why. Like, it was all messed up. So it's said one. It was supposed to be one way. It was said another way. It's spelled Mugato. I mean, it's just it is what it is. That's where that whole in joke comes from. So, and
Yeah,
now there's Brugato.
yeah, Mugato. Yeah, and I am compromise.
Yes, you like to play diplomat?
Honestly, I have played something similar.
Really? Like
It
what?
sounds it was actually a Dune board game, and it was the most tedious experience I have ever been through on a board game, and I
Mm,
will never play it again.
well,
It was just so boring.
yeah,
Exactly. You're falling asleep.
yeah,
See,
no.
it was so boring that Bruce dozed off,
And
and
left
and
the
now,
room.
and he's he is so upset that I besmirched the Dune board game. It's like a
Yeah,
strategy game, and I just know it. Just yeah, Dave can attest to how frustrating it was. So
I've never played
the
the Dune board game. No.
well, as he says, each faction has its own rules. And so, depending on what faction you play, you have to abide by different rules than other players do. And there are just too many rules. Too many rules.
That's
I
life. Oh no, wait,
yeah,
that's another board game.
Risk was easier to play.
Risk. I like Battleship. That's fun.
We had electronic battleship when I was a kid. It was
Did
a
you?
hoot. Yep. It made sounds, especially when you blew something up.
I didn't have the electronic. I didn't have that, but the one I had as a kid, I still have, and my daughters grew up even playing it, and
hmm
but no, it didn't have sound effects. We just went ourselves,
Oh
right?
no, this one had sound effects. They would go, and then it would be if you missed, or it would be if you hit a submarine.
I
It
remember
was
seeing those.
hilarious.
Yeah, I remember
The
seeing
thing
those.
the thing is you had a program in where you put your ships and it took forever. It's so
Did they have a
annoying.
Star Trek version? Did they ever do a Star Trek version? That would be cool, called Star Trek Starship.
I like
Battle.
that.
Wouldn't that
Let's
be
do
cool?
copyright Bruce and Brandi 2021.
I would love that. I mean, it's the same gameplay, but I mean, I don't want to be firing on starships, but maybe, Klingon cruisers or something, right?
hmm
Or Borg. Well, that's not going to work. Well, could. You could have a Borg cube.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Borg cubes and Klingon ships, they're adding to that scene every single episode.
Oh my gosh, I thought, am I losing my mind? I'm glad you said that because I saw that and I was like, wait a second, are they adding more ships to that beginning with the book? I'm like, or did I just miss this?
No, no, they've been adding something each time. Sometimes it was another Klingon ship, then there was another pack-led ship, then there were some more ships in the background. This time it was a Klingon ship flying through and getting fired on and destroyed. They're upping the ante. We're seeing the battle one frame at a time, basically.
Oh, if they keep this up, I don't know. I mean, it might be so many ships.
It'll be hilarious.
Yeah,
Actually, I think it will be really funny. They're committing to this, and they're gonna follow through. I know it.
you would know it.
No, I no, I don't. I haven't seen
Oh,
anything past episode 5, but
okay.
I'm just saying, I can feel that they wouldn't set up a joke like this and not keep it going.
Yeah.
So they've already set the pattern. They're going to. I just can't wait to see what they add next.
I'd like to see if maybe at some point that we see the Cerritos actually join the battle and start fighting the Borg.
Or the Packleds or the Romulans.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people to fight there. I mean, they wouldn't fight the Klingons. They're part of the Federation, mostly. Are they still part of the Federation at that point? I can't remember.
I I don't think so, but that's a
My
whole nother
yeah, my Deep Space Nine history is a little fuzzy at the moment. So, they kind of broke away with the whole Dominion War stuff and yeah.
Hey, we got reference to the Dominion War in this.
Mm, imagine that. It's almost like I planned that segue. I totally did not.
Oh, yeah, because Boimler is talking about this Starfleet, about special ops people, black ops and
Yeah.
secret agents and all that. And he says, see, I've got notes. That's why I'm looking here. Starfleet intelligence does it, and Tuvok did it when he infiltrated the Maquis, and there were a ton during the Dominion War. So I studied a little there because the writing's so small, I can't even read it half the time. But yeah, so yeah, Dominion War was mentioned in this episode. That's very important to know.
Yes.
I
Eh,
so did what?
I was just gonna say, and it was kind of weird how Boimler pronounced Maquis. He said it like McKee.
The key.
McKee.
I can't find the key. I can't get in my house. I can't find the key.
Yeah, kind of like that. So,
Hey, so they mentioned about Mariner being on the USS Atlantis. That's when like half the crew just disappeared. Did we know? I didn't have a chance to look this up, but did we know in a previous episode that she served on the Atlantis, or is this new information? Because I know she served on 5 starships. We found that out last week.
I cannot recall off the top of my head if all of the ships that she has served on have been named.
Okay, I
So
don't think
I
they've all
can,
been named. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that a few of them have been, but I don't think all of them have, as far as
Okay.
I know.
I was just thinking, like, they're giving us little crumbs, right? Each episode about Mariner, that we're finding out
Yes.
little bits and pieces, like, oh, that one episode, oh, she served on Deep Space Nine. Oh, she served on 5 starships. Oh, one was the Atlantis, and they all disappeared. Well, they didn't really disappear, but the ship was destroyed or decommissioned or whatever because of lice.
Lice.
So
Yes.
something lice, though. It's a different kind of lice. It's not Earth lice, right?
But it's still lice.
It's
And
still lice.
apparently, any incarnation of lice is difficult to get rid of. So,
Yes. I know I have it written what kind of lice, but I can't find it. But
this is
yeah,
why I do my notes in outline form. It's a very annoying habit that I picked up in high school.
I can't find my lice notes. I've never written notes about lice before, and this time I can't find them. That's very disappointing.
You would think the word lice would stand out on the page.
Right? It's so weird. It's going to show up in the middle of something else, and I'm just going to call it out, but I
Of
can't find it.
course. Of course you are. And we're waiting for
Oh,
it.
wait. It's got to be on this page because it was near the end. Anyway, so what was I going to say? Oh, I had lice once as a kid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I remember my mom, like, it was going rampant through the school. Oh, no, wait. Not only that, I know I'm getting off topic here, but not only that, but I remember at the time lice was going through the school and everybody's like freaking out. Oh, be careful of lice. Da, 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 da. Or, I don't know how you can be careful of it, but whatever. And I remember taking a test and I scratched my head at one point and I felt something in the fingernail of my pinky. And I went to write my answer down. And as I'm writing the answer down, then I look at my pinky and this little bug is on its hind legs doing this. And I took the tip of my pen or pencil, or whatever I was using, and I smushed it on my paper. And I was like, oh, do I have lice? And sure enough, I had lice, and my brother had lice. And so my mom would have us, yes, that's it.
Kerplickian.
Lice. Why can't I know I wrote that down? But I know my mom put us on the kitchen counter with her heads back in the sink, and doing all that, put with the sprayer in the sink and the solution, whatever, to get like, we had to do that like every night and stuff. What a pain in the butt. And to this, I've never had lice since, but if I ever had lice now, I would just shave my head. That just like that. It would be the first time I'd be bald. It would all be gone.
Blech. They're so nasty.
They are. And I still can't find that note. I know I wrote it down. It's driving me crazy. Ugh.
You know what? Let's just start from the top and work your way down. We'll wait.
I did. I know I wrote it down. It's freaking. Oh, there it is. Yes, and there was no official records because who would want records of lice on your ship? It's embarrassing. And that's when Boimler. Why? I'm itchy now. That's when Boimler and Rutherford threw their tricorders at Mariner to see if she'd catch them, and she
And
did.
they hit her.
Ow! Boom! Like that.
It was really just a lucky catch, guys.
I feel so much better that I found my notes on that.
Oh, everybody, the rest of the show is going to be okay now because Bruce is back.
Right. We're more than 15 minutes into this. Now we can start doing it right. And I guess I can take this off screen. There we go. So, yes, this is Kerplinkian is a great word.
Yes, it is. It is indeed.
I want to go to
I like it.
Kerplick.
Kerplick?
Kerplick.
Maybe it's a people, but not a planet.
Maybe. Or maybe it's in Wisconsin. Isn't there a Kerplick, Wisconsin?
Kerplick.
Kerplick.
I like it. I wouldn't be surprised. I did not think that at all.
You gotta worry about her, you know? Rice!
Ew,
Look at that
why?
little bug.
No, don't. Ugh.
Anbu
Icky.
Jitsu. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so there's a Lost Era novel called Deny Thy Father, which features what did I say? Finkers?
Fikers.
Which Finkers, that's another planet next to Kerplunk, is Kerplick.
Is Kerplick.
Kerplick and Flicker features, it's called Deny Thy Father, and it features Kyle Riker and a younger Will Riker in it.
Ooh.
Okay. And we just recently did that novel on Positively Trek, like a few weeks ago. And so, yeah, so Kyle Riker was in my mind like just a few weeks ago, and I rewatched that episode where they play the Anbu Jitsu thing. And it was great seeing that in this episode. Brought me fond memories of Kyle Riker. Because who doesn't want fond memories of Kyle Riker?
You know, I'd if he was available, I'd be with him in a cold minute.
Wow. Oh, it's getting hot in here.
No, that was Pulaski. She was the one who'd have him in a cold minute.
That's right.
And I'm like, why did she say cold instead of hot?
Huh?
You know, I would say hot minute. But that's just me.
Wow. So I didn't know you had a thing for Kyle Riker.
I do not.
Oh.
It's called acting.
Is the actor still alive? Is he doing anything else?
I don't know. Somebody get on IMDb and look it up.
I'm looking now.
Of course you are.
I just
Oh my goodness.
Here we go. You know, there's a reason why we don't do the live show on Trek FM anymore. This is it right here.
This is it. And that's okay, because this way we can do what we want, when we want, how we want.
Just to, wait, someone's calling me. Just to clarify, I should just clarify what I said. We were not kicked off of Trek FM on the live show or anything. So
no.
We
just wouldn't have done this there. But here
see
the real stuff that goes on.
Yes, we can do a sucky show if we want to. Yeah, okay. So Mitchell Ryan played Kyle Riker. He's still alive. He was born in 1934. So he would be what, like 87? Yeah, okay. So, okay.
Yeah.
Your dream man. He's got a
I
bow
was
tie on.
I was just aping Pulaski's
Aping?
line.
I was Mugating.
It all ties together.
It does. Mariner now gets a real workout, right?
She's terrifying when she wants to be.
And she lost a tooth.
So did Boimler.
Yeah.
More than one.
And Rutherford got that little thing in his hand.
The
I had
sharp
to
end
go
of the
back and
broken
watch
stick.
that again because I had the closed captioning on and it was covering that. And I was like, did that go through his hand? And I had to go back and watch that again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very graphic. Kind of like Tendy's broken arm with the bone sticking out.
But that scene does have one of my favorite lines in it from Shax, who comes in saying, "Don't worry about me. I'm early. You've still got 10 minutes. Or I've still got 10 minutes or whatever." Yeah. And he just sits there as they're getting killed by Mariner. Why is she so violent?
She has issues. We know this. I think once you feel that power coursing through your body, you just have to beat the crap out of something.
Well, that
before you
goes
can.
to this next subject, Brandi.
Of
All that
course.
power coursing through your body, you're feeling it, right? Mugating your horn. Did you see that?
Did I see that? Oh, no. When was that? Come on, Bruce. Yeah, that is the scene that I thought, okay, if there are any prudes left watching this show, they're gone now after this episode. I thought it was hilarious. Dave and I laughed so hard, and then we looked at each other and went, "Oh, there are going to be upset people."
Yeah.
Because no one will ever complain about violence, but if you even hint at sex, they lose their minds.
Well, we actually were seeing it too,
Well,
right?
we weren't seeing genitals, for heaven's sake.
I did.
You just saw a horn.
Oh, I thought that was the genital.
I don't really think it is, because if that were the genital, then the two that were actually mating would be doing something very different.
Okay. I don't know. Well, at least they weren't Klingon Mugatus, so they'd have more horns.
Yeah. I'm not going to be drawn into this conversation again.
Now, I was a bit surprised about the mating on the log.
They were having a good time.
They were like, when that first started, I was like, oh my gosh, it almost looks like they're mating. Oh wait, maybe they really are. Oh yeah, they are. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the one shows up. Oh. He's a watcher. and then when they're done, they're all cuddled up together, including the watcher. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Oh.
They all got a good workout like Mariner.
Right. But at least they didn't lose any teeth, right?
Yeah, or they didn't have any horns cut off, so that was nice, because that was terrible.
Yeah, because the last thing you want is to get your horn cut off.
Yep. But see, even the females have horns, so that's the thing. It's like, it might be an erogenous zone, but it's not how you mate.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. So I'm doing a recording about this episode for Positively Trek, and I was trying to think of a name to call the episode, and that might be it. But no, I'm not going to. No.
Just call it compromise.
Compromise. Yeah. Okay. So the bamboo gun is that? I wondered. Is that from the same episode we see the Mugatos in TOS, or is that was from that? Right? Because they had guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's correct, although it has been a really long time
I
since I
know.
have seen that episode.
Same here. I was gonna watch it today, and I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, there are a lot of things I was gonna do today and didn't get a chance to, so I understand.
Okay, it's from Arena. I wondered that
Okay.
too when he's fighting the Gorn, because he's putting all the stuff in this little bamboo gun and that. Okay, that's what
Okay.
I was wondering. Yeah. Okay.
I remember. Thank you.
Yes, the bamboo gun from the Gorn episode. Okay.
Also,
Oh, look,
haven't seen
everybody's
that in
like
quite some
correcting
time.
us. Yes, I got it. The Gorn.
We're
What,
human,
from
and
Arena? Maybe.
I think it was from Arena.
Arena. I've seen that one a lot.
The one with the Gorn?
Has anybody been to Vasquez Rocks in our group? I'm just curious. Because it's fun to go there. It's weird. I've been there, and it's like I walked around and I thought like, I was on Vulcan, and then I'm on Arena. I know that's not the name of the planet, but I can't remember. But it's just fun to walk around there. It's weird because you've seen it so many times.
Yeah, I've never been there.
We'll have to go.
Okay, let's go.
We'll do the next live show from Vasquez Rocks. I haven't been there since Raffi moved there, so I want to go see where she is.
Let's go see her place.
Yeah. I don't know why she lives there. There's nothing near there. I mean, it's not like
That's
she can
why
run
she
down
lives
to
there.
7-Eleven. Yeah. Denobulans, their puffy faces. I love that.
I just loved seeing Denobulans again. Oh, that made me so happy. But yeah, the puffy faces, because that's how they try to frighten things that are threatening them. It's a reflex.
Oh,
Shut up.
yes.
Shut up. Shut up. You know what I'm saying.
I don't need this tonight. I know Dan would have got everything we don't get. That's why do you think I do a show with Dan? So I can get because when I won't get something right, he'll get it right all the time.
Yeah, I'm basically just here to make him look good because I just don't know anything.
I'm here because Brandi doesn't want to do this by herself.
That's true. It's very awkward talking to a chat by myself.
Let's give that.
I really hate when he gets uppity like this and decides to just call me on my BS.
We're delirious because we're tired. Okay.
Yes.
Switching games. Yes, there's a new Borg Queen. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah. It's Annie. Was that her first name? I can't remember the actress's name. I think it no. Was it Annie? Annie Hall? No.
That's a movie, you weirdo.
No, it is Annie. Working. Yep. Yes. So we saw Kyle Riker, and now here's your new Borg Queen. For Star Trek Picard, we have a new Borg Queen, the third actress to play the Borg Queen.
Nice.
So, by the way, spoiler alert, in case you didn't want to know that. I'm sorry. But,
Well, if you follow anything Trek, you would have seen that at least once today. So
yeah, so let me ask you that. Is that something that they should be doing? Like, shouldn't we leave those things as a surprise? Why even announce that?
To build hype. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Like how they announced that Q is coming back. Built hype.
Q's coming back?
Shut your face. You know Q's coming back, you little monster.
How can I not know? John Delancey spills the beans on everything on Cameo all the time.
He's as bad as Tom Holland.
Oh my God.
Just cannot keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, every week I go for my John Delancey update to find out what's happening on Picard.
It's just so funny because you would think that the people that wrote up the NDA that he had to sign are just going, Will he ever just stop doing this? Can we have one time you sign an
Yeah.
NDA and actually don't break it?
But you know what? He's not worried about his job because he's like, well, who else are you going to get to play Q?
Well, yeah, if he's still around, then definitely you're not going to get anybody else.
You could get what was his name? Corbin Burnson?
No. No.
What?
No.
He played Q at
No.
one point.
I know that, but he's an awful human and I don't want him anywhere near Star Trek again.
Wait, that's right. Wait, what did he do? I forget. I know that I remember this being discussed once.
Sexual harassment, stuff like that,
Oh,
possibly sexual assault.
I've forgotten about that. Yeah.
I haven't.
That wasn't that long ago that we found out about that, right?
No, it's been a few years.
Because I met him at STLV, but I don't think I knew that at that time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we don't need to get into that.
Yeah.
Sexual assault. Mugato. Let's go back to that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're forget it. Forget it. I was going to say something and I shouldn't. And it's live and it records. I'm not saying it.
Good.
It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, let me go through some of the things on my note. Frylon 4, that's the planet they went to, where the Mugatos are, but they're not from the planet.
Nope.
Then we saw Boimler and Rutherford playing a diplomat on the thing. Oh, bartender, Hannes. Ah, he's got a secret on Mariner. You should be careful. What'd you think of the bartender guy? I think that was Corbin Burnson, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't. Trek today, they won't even go near him. I guarantee that.
No,
Knowing the stuff that is known about him, they wouldn't even go near him. That would be an affront to Trek values.
yes. But yeah, he hears all these secrets he's getting all this secret stuff about Mariner and then Mariner, I saw somebody in the chat earlier say about the knife game. I think, like,
yeah,
take a shot, whatever. She's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, well, she likes that air of mystique. She likes to make people think things about her that aren't true. She gets a kick out of that.
Yes, she does. She doesn't want people to really get to know her unless she gets to know you first and likes you.
This is true. Wellington Smith is asking, what was that bartender's accent? Irish-ish? It was salty old sea dog. That's what the that's what the accent was.
Yes.
Yeah, it's salty old sea dog. I swear.
There's accents from all different kinds of planets too, so.
That's true. That's true. But that's the first thing I thought is that's a salty old sea dog telling legends and secrets. Oh no, don't go to that cave.
Arr.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, I thought that was funny. He was just always not doing his job and kept getting shouted at. And Billups hadn't gotten his peach daiquiri yet. And I'm like, ooh, peach daiquiri. Sounds refreshing.
Oh, I could go for that right now.
Right? Sounds really good.
Did you think that the secret conflict was stupid or forced?
No. It's just fits right in with the show.
I was just going to say, isn't half the show stupid or forced in a way? And going back to the bartender, maybe the accent is European.
That's why
maybe
he knows.
is from the planet of leprechauns.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay if you think that it was stupid or forced. I just didn't feel that way. I just thought they'd be idiots to believe that. But then Mariner's doing stuff that, of course, would absolutely make them believe that. I am going to say right now that the biggest thing that I had a problem with in this episode is Mariner stabbing Shax and sucking out the venom. That does not work. It has not ever worked. And anytime I see it in movies or television, I'm like, stop it!
Do you shout that out in the movies? In the
No.
cinema like that? Like,
No, because I don't see, I have not been in the cinema at a movie where that has happened, because any idiot who does any kind of research knows that that is not how you can't get venom out like that. Venom goes into the arteries. It's circulated by the heart. You can't stop that by just stabbing into the wound and sucking it out. It's already in there.
so you're saying it's stupid and forced?
Yes, actually that part was, because I thought, come on guys, you should know better than this. This is the what, the 23rd century? Like they'd really not know that that's not a good way to ever get anything out of the circulatory system?
Well, it does for Mugatu's, like bites. It does for that. I mean, this is like there's a lot of things in Star Trek that aren't like necessarily realistic. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
understand that, but nothing is ever going to be realistic about stabbing someone's wound with a knife and sucking out the venom. It doesn't work. By the time they have that wound, the venom's already circulating through their body. You can't suck it out. Your little lungs ain't powerful enough.
I'm kind of disappointed now that it did work because it would have been funny if Shax died again.
I was thinking the same thing the first time I watched the episode.
Really?
I'm like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh no, is Shaq's gonna die again the next episode? That would be so funny.
I think it would be not, and they might do this, but I think it would be so funny. And then you're like, oh, but you know what? They're going to bring him back. And then they go for episode after episode after, and they have to get to a point where you're like, he hasn't come back yet. Maybe he really is dead. I mean, it's been almost a half a season and we haven't seen it. And then we go into season 3 and he shows up. We're like, oh, okay. And then all you see is Rutherford going, hey, there's Shax. Great to see him. Yep. Not going to ask any questions.
Yep. Yep. Also, they kept confusing poison and venom. Dave and I had a long discussion about that. Because poison is being poisoned by ingesting something like a pufferfish. Venom is when something bites you and injects that poison into your body, or venom, poisonous, etc. Like if you say, oh, this is a poisonous snake, that's not actually accurate. It's a venomous snake, because if it bites you, it will deposit that venom in you and you will be in a very bad way, and no stabbing will help it.
So if I'm in the woods with some people and I see a snake, run, it's a poisonous snake. I mean, I'm sorry. Wait, hold everybody. No, it's a venomous snake. I'm sorry. It's a venomous snake. Sorry. It's not poisonous.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that Mariner said both. Like she said that Mugatos were poisonous.
Yeah.
So, but then it was also later she said I had to suck the venom out. So she didn't say poison at that point. So she didn't help with the confusion.
She's not helping. She's not. That's why she's transferred so many ships. Because she keeps getting things wrong.
She's not helping.
So again, one of my favorite scenes is when they beam down. I don't know. This to me was actually one of the funniest Shax moments for me of any episode, is just him trying to find the Mugato and searching around, and he says, you know, these he pronounces the name differently each time. These Mugatos are endangered and their genitals are sensitive to phaser fire. And then he calls them Gumatos later. Then he calls Mugato dung, fresh, tangy.
I'm with Mariner's reaction on that one. Just no, you really. It's pretty clear they came this way. You don't have to. Oh,
When I saw that scene, I was like, I'm glad they brought Shax back.
oh, I love Shax. I will never be disappointed to see Shax.
Yeah, and then the Ferengi. I was so glad to see whips. We don't get enough Ferengis with whips.
Was it Mariner who was saying, "Yeah, you guys got whips? Like, are you from some old outpost or something?" Yeah, shining a light on that one. That cracked me up.
Yes. They were illegally harvesting and selling Mugatos for profit.
You mean Mugatos?
Mugatos.
No,
No,
Mugatos.
Gumatos.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Let's go the whole thing off.
Yeah. I used to sing that song. Like, yeah. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, let's go the whole thing up. Yeah. I had that with Ella Fitzgerald, the little duet thing. I used to listen to that. Anyway, Mugato. I don't remember the pronunciation anymore.
Mugato.
Mugato Stampede. I don't know why I thought that was funny when she said that. I just laughed at that.
Yeah, you don't really think of a stampede happening with, creatures who don't have hooves. I mean, for some reason, if you think stampede, you think something, like bulls or cows. Well, cows and bulls are the same thing. It's just a bull is a male cow. You know what I'm trying to say. You think it's something that's really, really fast moving, not something that has opposable thumbs.
Right. No, I don't think stampedes when I think of about thumbs. Hello, darling. Hello, darling.
That's gotta hurt.
It doesn't really. I don't
really?
know why. I think I was born to sing. So we have
Louis Armstrong.
We have a lone ship that they use a tractor beam on. It blows up, and his name is Mr. Hyde. And the ship is called the Lady Jane, which I thought was funny. What species was Mr. Hyde? Jackola? Like what species is he?
I don't know. I do not know.
I don't either.
I immediately thought, this guy's a con man, obviously. I mean, we already saw what he was doing on the planet, and so I thought,
yeah.
There's something fishy about this. Especially when he's like, oh, there were all these treasures on my ship that they're irreplaceable. And Khan's, the captain out of all of her stuff. I'm just like, no, come on.
So yeah, then the Mugato chasing Boimler and
Mugato. Ins and a no. Mugato.
The Gumato was chasing Boimler and Rutherford. Then we have Patingi, the renowned biologist, who has 5 books on Mugatos. And they're like, I can't believe you don't seem to have written 5 books. I didn't say I read them. I didn't say I write them. I read them.
Well, no, they're like, oh, hey, are you going to write about us in your next book? Oh, I don't write them.
Yeah, I don't write them.
I've read 5 books on Mugatos.
I've read about those Mugatos.
And I can move among them.
His head, man, that was drastic there.
That was, but you notice nobody complained about that because, again, in America, violence, boobies, ah! So
what? Wait, have you heard reaction to the mating?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's because I follow people who aren't trolls.
By the way, I haven't forgot about Tendi. I'm just saving that because we're on the Mugato stuff right now.
Yeah.
I just wanted. I don't want anybody to get offended, you know?
What
I know.
what was Patinga? Was he's looked like he was part Tellarite, but he look full Tellarite to
I
you?
don't know. I wondered that too. I was like, is he Tellarite? But he didn't look quite Tellarite to me.
Yeah, well,
I
see,
mean,
that's the thing. He had like the Tellarite nose and the
yeah,
Tellarite, like the Tellarite face, but just I was really confused by him.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's something not right about that Tellarite. Maybe that's what Tellarites look like down under. I don't know.
It was just odd. I don't know.
I don't know. Uh, so yeah, so then Rutherford and Boimler are questioning if Mariner is really a friend, and that's when they were in the log. And then they run into Mariner when they see a booby trap, and then she steps into the booby trap, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, they're gonna eat us!" And oh no, no, Rutherford's afraid that she's gonna eat them, or something like that, or maybe it was Boimler. I can't remember what. Which, and then I like when Rutherford just shut out Section 31. I was like, I
Ah!
guess everybody knows about Section 31 again. Because, in the 23rd century, they all seem to know. Then they forgot. And then
Mhm.
now they know again. Um, we talked about the lice. Mariner does all this, making up these stories about herself to keep jerks away. And Boimler and Rutherford thought, well, they believe the stories because they think somebody like cool like her would be friends with guys like them. And and then
That's
the
so
Ferengi take
sweet.
Mariner.
Yeah.
Go.
It's up to Boimler and Rutherford to save the day.
That's right. Yes. Now it's their turn to save the day. And then they offer back on the ship. They offer Mr. Hyde his own shuttlecraft. But he's lost all his personal items, his rare antiques, and so he wants Captain Freeman's old model sailing ship, Nautilus shell, bronze pineapple, and the little Gorn doll. And I thought, I want a little Gorn doll. Look, hold on. I've got, and I got this at Disneyland at Galaxy's Edge, a little Ray doll.
Aw.
I love my little Ray doll. When I was at Disneyland, my little Ray doll slept with me every night. True story. And my kids and my wife thought I was weird, which I am. But I want a Gorn doll like this, like a little one like this. It would be just like Captain Freeman's doll. That's what we don't know what Hyde is.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
That was never explained. He kind of reminded me of, oh gosh. See, this all jumbles together in my brain because I'm old. In season 1, they were trying to keep that moon from crashing into that planet, and the guy who lived on the moon was all upset they were gonna destroy the moon because he was rich and he and his wife lived there, and they were the only people who lived on the planet. They're just like, "No." He kinda looked like them.
That's a good one. I just looked it up on Memory Alpha, and it says that Hyde is a humanoid. So they don't know either.
Right. We gathered that.
Yes. Look, we're all thinking alike. We looked it up. Yes.
Yes, that's very telling.
Oh, and so the Mariner, no, Boimler and Rutherford are going to use their superpowers, their special powers. Not here, but here. Our skin. No, our
Our
brain.
brains. Oh, yeah, our brains are in our skin.
Yes, that was from the trailer, but it's still fun.
It's funny every time, though. It's funny every time. It's the delivery. It's the delivery of it that is funny.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. So then, yeah, Boimler and Rutherford come in to rescue Mariner and Shax, who are imprisoned by the Ferengi, and that's where they had that gun from the Gorn episode of Arena. And they go, They say, "Oh, we have a better thing for you, a cost benefit analysis for greater long-term profit. You could earn 150% more latinum and and keep them alive than dead, and Mugato preserve. You can sell tickets and make money off of merchandise and concessions. Merchandise like Gorn dolls that look like my little Ray doll. That would be wonderful."
That was just a stroke of brilliance. I had no idea what they were going to do, and I just thought when they started, I'm just like, "Of course. Of course that's the solution."
Right,
Because obviously these particular Ferengis, and not all Ferengis are like these particular Ferengis, they are interested in profit. That's what they want. That's what they're doing. And so to be given this opportunity to make more, especially long term, of course that's going to be appealing. Yeah,
right,
you can make a little bit now, or you could make a lot over a steady course of years, maybe decades even, depending on how long Mugato live. So I just thought, okay, yeah, well done. Well done. Because I didn't see it coming and I should have, because those
yes.
two saved the day.
It's the power of math,
The power of math.
and they
Yeah.
there was a compromise.
Yep. It just, that whole thing about compromise just reminded me of an Enterprise episode. I want to say it was season 4, where uh basically Archer was trying to get Shran and um Saval on the same page, on the same team, and just stop the fighting.
Yeah.
And they made a compromise. And Sharon was like, "Well, I'm not happy," and Saval's like, "I'm not happy." And it's like Sharon's like, "Yes, we've made it. Let's drink." It's just, I mean, those are not the exact words at all. It's been a little while since I've seen that episode, but that just reminded me of that, of
Yeah.
Shran and Archer and Saval
Well, if Dan
drinking
were
to
here,
compromise.
Dan would give you the exact words.
The exact words, the episode that it was, what year it was, what episode number it was.
Yes.
Um,
He would tell you all of that, and at the end of it, he'll say, "Why do I know this?"
and he would also know whether Shran still had the damaged antenna or whether that one had grown back yet.
Yes. Yes. Um. So we're near the end of the episode here, but again, haven't forgotten Tendi. But we have Kink's Mugato land.
Mugato.
Mugato land. Why do I keep saying two now? I'm Mugato land, and then we have Mugato land,
Mugato.
Mugato,
Mugato.
Moo,
Ga. To.
Mr. Hyde, and he's shoveling dung. Okay. Oh, and then I like how Mariner's talking to the bartender, the guy that's named who's Hannes, and she's telling him about Mariner, about Boimler and Rutherford, and they're the Mugato twins.
Mugato.
But they have strange powers.
Oh, I'll definitely keep that secret. Uh-huh. She knows who to spread rumors. There's one of those on every ship.
And they keep complaining about the bartender, of course.
Yep. I needed those lines like yesterday.
Exactly.
Or what did he say, an hour ago? I can't remember. It was not, I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was an hour ago. And I thought, ooh, lines.
For those of you who know Amy Nelson and the power of math and why that means something, if you don't know, or if you do know, just so you know, Amy will be on the next episode of Positively Trek with me talking about this episode, Lower Decks. So there you go. You'll get to hear her talk about the power of math. So
I, for one, did not think of Amy first. I thought of Tilly first.
Yes, because Tilly said that, right?
Season 2,
Yes,
episode 1.
exactly. Um, yeah. Captain Freeman's talking to her husband. He's saying about, oh, there's some scam guy with a chef, and she's like, ah, yeah, right. Like we wouldn't fall for that. Um, Tendi, that whole thing with Tiana. Okay, first of all, that storyline was a bit like okay to me at first. Like, okay, so people here we have Tiana going and sending Tendi on another little mission like last week, and this is oh, people aren't getting their annual physical exams, so go get them. And all she has to do is scan them with a tricorder for like 2 seconds. So why are people avoiding a simple physical? And she goes through the ship and she's doing DNA scans of Stevens and then Jet when he's fighting Kajan, and they have the couple on the surfboard, and then she sees this one patient with no name, patient 08.019. And later she realizes that's the number on Dr. Tiana's office there. And it's Tiana that's avoiding it. And at this point, I start cracking up. Because first of all, the doctor feels like everybody needs an exam except for herself. Right.
Doctors always make the worst patients.
Right.
Always.
Exactly. And then Tiana's Tendy's chasing Tiana around the ship. And she's like acting like a spoiled little kitty and hissing and
The Jeffrey Tubes chase. Jeffrey's Tubes. That was my favorite part.
oh yeah,
Bad, Donna, bad.
exactly. I had to write that down. Yes. That was a great line. I like that.
I'm going to quickly say there's someone who asked, let's see. I can't even read the name. I need glasses. I have my contacts in. That's the scary part. So who's the one that spread rumors on the Enterprise, Brandi? Which Enterprise?
Oh.
You have to give me a specific.
When somebody says Enterprise to you, Brandi, directly to you, I always think that they're talking about the NX-01.
Yeah, I that's the thing is just like, okay, you can't just say Enterprise to me because there's like so many. So many of them. So I need to know which one. Oh, D or E. That would be Mr. Mott.
That's right, yeah.
Because
Where
the
is
hairstylist's always chatty.
we know about Mr. Mott now, don't we? What was that? Was that in Picard that we saw Mott's like hair salon, barbershop, or something?
Wasn't that was that on Free Cloud? That was on Free Cloud, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yep. That's the thing. Hairstylists are always gossips.
yes.
So yeah, it would definitely be that.
Uh, oh yeah. Then Tendi broke her arm, and that was kind of graphic.
Yeah, bones sticking out. Um I don't know if you've ever had a broken bone, Bruce, but I have.
No.
They are extremely painful. Extremely painful. You don't think that you're just like, oh, well, it's no big deal. No, it's a big deal. It's like the worst pain I have ever felt in my life, besides menstrual cramps. So,
I haven't
like,
had those either.
yeah, those also suck really bad. So they're about even on that. But the thing with a broken bone is that the pain is. I've never cried from pain before. Like I've hurt myself before, but I've never cried. When I broke my foot, I was literally breathless. I could not breathe. It hurt so bad. I was stunned. And I didn't know it was broken. I should have known it was broken. I pretended it wasn't broken for an entire day until I realized I could not go on doing that. And I had to go to the emergency room. But it was the most, especially when he was trying to x-ray it and he was trying to get me to press my foot into the metal of the x-ray table, and I thought I was going to throw up when he did that. The pain was so bad. I have never
Oh, really?
had pain so bad I wanted to throw up until that day. And I
That's
said,
interesting.
yeah, I said, if you touch that one more time, I'm going to vomit all over you. And he's like, just get it as close to the metal as you can. But anyway, it's no joke. So Tindy went above and beyond to get that scan. That's why
Yeah.
she faints right after she has Taana come over to start treating her. Yeah. Of course she faints because the pain is that bad.
See, my daughter broke her arm when she was 2.5, and I mean, I wasn't there at the moment, but my wife told me that she was just like, "Oh yeah, my arm hurts," and my wife's like, "Well, we should probably get to it." And she was in some pain, but not that. But I wonder, just because she's smaller and it's smaller bones or something. I don't know, but I don't know.
It's
So
possible.
I'm looking. Okay, hold up, hold up. I just went into the episode to see what color Tendy's blood is, because there's questions. Is it green? Is it blue? The answer is, and I have to do this like the reality shows. The answer is
And
blue.
we'll go to commercial.
Yeah. And we'll have the answer to that right after the
Right
break.
after
No,
this. Yeah.
it's blue. It looks, well, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe it is green. I can't tell. I mean, I see what I think is green. I'm freaking out now that I'm looking at a broken bone sticking out, but I think it's blue. It's hard to tell. It could be green, but I'm gonna say blue. My answer is blue. Final answer. Go ahead, Regis. That's my answer. Wait, what does this have to do with? Oh
Because they
no,
hurt like hell.
no, 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 no. Oh no, this is like one of my biggest fears. When anybody talks about kidney stones, I start freaking out. The thought of that I lose it. I freak out about that.
Then stay hydrated and you won't have to worry about them.
Oh.
Bruce just happens to have a glass of water nearby at all times.
At all times, avoiding those kidney stones. Okay. Did we cover it all about the Mugato and
Mugato!
I said that.
No, you didn't.
I did. I said Mugato.
No, you said Mugatu. Yeah, and also it's Taana, not Tiana.
Tana.
Taana. 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 There's an apostrophe. Just like to Paul, Taana.
To pole.
To Paul. To Paul. Depends on who's saying it on the Enterprise NX-01. But yeah, Taana.
Okay. Mugato.
Very good. Now do it when you're not thinking about it.
Gumato. Brugado. Brugato. Brugatu. What is next week's episode about?
I can't tell you that.
No. Let me ask you one question though. Is it animated?
Yes, I can confirm that it is indeed animated.
Okay. So they're not switching it up on us next week.
Not this time. Not this time. And if they were, I couldn't tell you.
What what does everybody think of this episode we watch? What's your scale? What's your grades on this? So what do you think, Brandi? How would you rate this one?
I would say, okay, I actually didn't like the whole rumor thing. That's not my favorite thing. But I knew that Mariner had started that rumor. I'm like, of course she started that rumor. Why wouldn't she? I did. It did have a lot of laugh out loud moments for me, especially the mating. Just, ooh. And I did love getting to see Taana being a cat again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say, let's see. Um, that's not a good comparison. That doesn't sound good. I would give this, um I'm gonna go with a really weird scale. I will give this 8 out of 9, Kerplickian lice.
Ooh.
I was gonna say dung heaps, but either one is awful.
You said 8 out of 9?
8 out of 9.
Why 9 is the top of the scale?
'Cause it's weird.
Okay. I was wondering. So, um,
'Cause it's more than 4 out of 5.
that's true. I would give this 7 out of 10. No, 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 no. 3.5 out of 5 horns. 3 whole horns, 1 broken horn, to make it 3.5 horns.
Okay,
Um,
that's fair. Oh, yes, everybody's freaking out because we didn't talk about the Xinti, crew member we saw in 10 Forward. Sorry.
wait, say what? Who?
Xinti crew member in 10 Forward? In that,
Oh,
when they go in there and they're, uh I think that was when Rutherford and Boimler were first playing, kind of whatever that was. Diplomat? What
diplomat.
was it called? Diplomat?
Yeah. Horn. Horn. 4 out of 5. Ooh, this is a good 10. Oh, look, people like this one.
I did like the Mugato twins.
Gumato.
Right.
Yeah. Um. So okay. So on next week's episode, do we get to see that little dune buggy thing they're driving around?
Can't tell you that.
Come on. Come on.
Can't tell
They
you that.
do. I can tell. I can tell by your face. We see them driving the dune, but Mariner and Boimler in the little dune buggy, and with that Gorn guy that's standing off to the side. So I'm telling you, that's what's going to be on next week's episode.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Well, I can confirm.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Yes, I can
You
because
can't.
I just looked it up. I just watched the preview. It's on .com, StarTrek.com, and I see them eating at a table with a bunch of like food, like the crew. So,
But I cannot explain context.
no, you can't. So that's all right. That's all right. Now you have to answer the questions from our viewers.
I cannot. I cannot.
I like this episode we saw. But it wasn't like a favorite, but I liked it.
Yeah, but okay, I get John Delancey leaks stuff too, but John Delancey doesn't get his screeners taken away if he leaks stuff.
Yeah,
So,
and Brandi doesn't do Cameo. that's
no.
that's where John Delancey leaks, is on Cameo. Now, if people were paying Brandi to wish them happy birthday on Cameo, she might give us a little tidbit here and there.
I cannot do that because again, I want to keep my screeners.
Well, it doesn't matter, Brandi. You'll see the episodes eventually anyway.
That's hardly the point.
All right. Mugato, Gumato. Let's call the whole thing off. That's the end of this episode.
It is indeed. I think we have faffed about quite enough.
Oh, this is good. I'm glad. I like that. Sometimes I notice that certain episodes or certain movies I'll laugh harder at. Sometimes it just depends, like what kind of day I've had, what kind of mood I'm in. You just never know what you're going to think about something. And then there'll be something I think that's really funny, and I go back to watch it later. I'm like, why did I think this was so funny when I watched it the first time? Or it's the other way around. I watch them like that wasn't very funny, and then I find it hilarious the next time.
Mhm. Yeah, it's all about mood. It's all timing. So, yeah, there are things that I will never think are funny, and that's fine. Sense of humor is subjective. Creative works are subjective. So, I don't get bothered if somebody finds something funny that I don't, or vice versa. It's just the way preferences are.
Yeah,
If we all thought the same thing all the time, it would be so boring.
that's true. Well, that's what keeps life interesting.
It is true.
Any big plans for the Labor Day weekend?
Sleeping.
Sleeping. That sounds
That's
good.
sleeping in video games, pretty much my goal.
I will be at Dragon Con in Atlanta on Sunday only.
I hate you.
And my daughter's home from college, and she has been waiting because she was going to do it last year, but it got canceled, obviously, because of COVID. This year, she's doing what she was planning to do last year. She's got her whole cosplay set up to be Ladybug from Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. If you ever watch that
Oh.
animated series, and which is on Disney Channel in the States and also on Netflix, I think. Uh, but it's out of France. I don't know who carries it in France though. But anyway, why am I mentioning this? Zachary Levi's going to be there, which I knew
One of my
you love him.
favorites.
I saw him last time I was at Dragon Con. Got to meet him there. But the Sonequa Martin Green's going to be there, and Anthony Rapp. Garrett Wong's there all the time because he runs the Star Trek track. Uh, who else? I can't remember his last name. Noah. What's his
Aberback cats.
that guy? I'll know his name when I talk to him. And then Mary Wiseman's going to be there too. And I feel like somebody else from Discovery is going to be there, but it's mostly Discovery people. Oh, William Shatner is going to be there. He's always there.
Mm.
Well, not always, but a lot of times. But I think that's it from the Star Trek stuff, I think. And then Keith R.A. Candido, Star Trek author. He's there every year, and so is Peter David. He's going to be there.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they come
I don't
to
know.
FanX. They
What?
come to FanX as well.
Yeah. But my buddy David R. George III is not going, which I have to ask him why. Who's also a Star Trek author. I'll have to ask him why he's not going. Because he went a couple of years ago when the last one. But yeah, that's it. We're just hanging now. But that's what I'm going to do on Sunday. I don't even know if I'll go to the Star Trek stuff. I'm mainly going to take my daughter because of her cosplay thing. And then she wants to go to the Smallville reunion panel.
Of course.
And because she's a big Smallville fan, and Tom Welling and Michael Rosenblum and Linda
Rosenbaum.
Rosenbaum. I knew I didn't know that for sure. Because he's a big Mugato fan. So, and Sam Witwer will be there too. Everywhere I go, Sam Witwer is everywhere. Any geek thing I go to, Sam Witwer is there.
Well, he's never been here, so you could come here and be safe from Sam Witwer.
If I talk to him, I'll tell him to come there. Because everywhere I go, even when I just happen to be at the Star Trek Discovery red carpet thing, the premiere, he sat right behind me in the theater. I'm like, my God, this guy's everywhere I go. It's so weird. Anyway, the Smallville panel. I've seen these guys on panels before, but she hasn't, so she's hoping to do that. But that's what we're doing. Anyway, that's it. So we'll sign off. So, I always say live long and prosper. And then we do this, but then I have to turn off our live show with this hand and reach over here to do it, which is going to be awkward for me to do that. Okay, yeah, now we're done. We're done.